Welcome to the Bread and Rage vlog.
It's the final countdown.
Eloise, let me see your shoes. So my friend Lex Fitzgerald swears by these. They're from Stride Right. And now that we have, she loves them. I guess they last forever. For leather. And the leather is guaranteed. So Lyndle battery died and I'm not sure where it cut me off. I'm a ghost! Lyndle and Bear are outgrowing very rapidly every single pair of shoes that they have.
Oh gosh. Speaking to the choir. Speaking to the choir.
I think it's preaching.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Preaching to the choir.
And being we're just speaking to this choir. Being our first,
it's not plugged in.
Our first two, like we don't have hand-me-downs on deck, and it's just crazy. It always catches me off guard when the seasons change and we have no clothes in their size for the next season. I'm always caught off guard. Yes. So anyway, now knowing that we have, God willing, 2 more girls, I can invest in clothing, in girls' clothing that I hope will last through 4 girls, which is a tall order in toddler clothing, and the way that they, like Bear, for example, here is using this particle board as a slide. That is not good for clothing.
No, that's not.
Bear, you can do that, but Lyndle, you can't, because your clothes have to last. I'm just kidding. But it's just making me, hopefully you can hear over the background noise. It's making me want to invest in girl clothing, and I went ahead and got them each. I feel like the color's really neutral of those shoes, that it'll go with anything. They can, that was a little scary. Maybe don't run down it. Lyndle's are a little bit too big. Weebies are pretty much perfect.
Mm-hmm. Which means next week they'll be too small.
Yep, look at her, how she's stomping. Do you love your shoes, Eloise?
I love my shoes too.
Okay, Lyndle, your shoes are a little bit too big, so be really careful, because it'll make you trip when your shoes are too big, so just be real careful when you're walking. But they're neutral, so they'll go with anything. I like how it's taking me 11 minutes to tell one story. And they'll match anything. They're sort of casual for play, but also dressy enough that they could wear a dress with them. I just love them. I mean, do I sound like I work for Stride Right?
Yeah. Is this video sponsored?
No.
Yeah. Totally.
Be really careful, Lyndle.
You like the plunger? I put the plunger towards the door. That way it'd be easiest to get out, because I know we're gonna need it.
We are?
No, I'm kidding.
And we should knock on wood, but I don't think we've ever needed a plunger in our entire marriage.
No, we haven't. Knock on wood. I mean, this is a brand new house, so the pipes are good. And when the storage facility, the pipes are brand new, so we should be good there too.
You're freaking me out, Lyndle.
Anyway, so gonna continue to fill that up. We got some boxes ready to get in there. If you notice, we still don't have the Prius. So if you're new around here, our Prius broke down on the way to the airport. Rachel and I went out to South Carolina for a weekend getaway. So we had to take an Uber. We actually stayed at her parents' in their RV the night before we were flying out, but anyway. So the parts for the Prius are back ordered. So we're not gonna have the Prius for another week and a half. So we made the decision to put Rachel's dad, Dennis, at work to see if he can find any deals out there for maybe upgrading our vehicle.
Yeah, it's sooner. It really stinks. It's sooner than we wanted to do this. But if we're thinking about transferring embryos anytime soon, neither of the vehicles that we have currently will work for that. We're gonna need a 3rd row seating. And I know everybody that...
Aren't you sad that we sold the van?
I can't tell you how many times
Whoa. Hey.
we've heard, like, don't sell the van, you're gonna regret selling the van, don't you wish you did not sell the van, some variation of that. I'm still glad we sold the van because it's been over a year now, or an entire year. Has it been a year? I guess it hasn't quite been a year that we haven't needed that vehicle. And even moving forward, I don't know that I would want a minivan just for like the things that we're wanting to do with the vehicle. Anyway, neither here nor there. The Prius was such a good car to us. We had it, I mean, it's an 11-year-old car, and we had it for 5 or 6 years and never had to put any work into it. It had 200 and something thousand miles on it. And so it was due for something like this to go wrong. And basically it costs not quite the value of the car to fix it. It's close though. It's really close. Like after we pay the repair bill, we might make like $1,000 on it. So it was really kind of a tough decision on what we wanted to do. And then we're like, do we want to put all this money into the car and then just maybe keep it for another year? What do we want to do? And then when we found out the parts were going to take another week to come in, this is just the worst week for this to happen because we're literally moving next weekend. So they offered to give us a loaner car for a week, but we would have to go up to Kansas City to get it and then go up to Kansas City to return it and get our car. And that's 2 6-hour round trips in the next week, which is arguably maybe one of the busiest weeks of our life, moving with 3 small children. So it's just like, that can't happen. And we can't limp along another week using my mom's car. We feel horrible. She just got this car and she's lending it to us to go to work. So anyway, my dad has a couple of Honda Pilots picked out that he thinks are really good cars. They have a 3rd row. We live in an area where there's not any major dealerships, so a Honda is something that we feel like can be worked on locally. And so we're thinking about just going ahead and like speeding up the process of getting a vehicle that we know will work when we have more than 3 kids. That's where we're at with the car situation. Yeah, it's crazy around here, per usual.
Hey, the closer dolphins.
Are you guys loving your new puzzles?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now this one is the United States of America. So everybody's picking out their favorite state. So comment below what state you're from and we'll let Berend and Lyndle know. Lyndle, what's your favorite state? What is it?
I'm cheesy.
It's cheese. And that's the state of Wisconsin.
Her favorite's cheese. Here you go, you want more?
Lyndle loves cheese.
I had a patient today from Wisconsin. They moved here. They had land and they sold their house in Wisconsin because it was just too snowy and cold. Moved here, and like the week they got here, it snowed here and was 5 degrees warmer in Wisconsin.
Isn't that ironic?
I know, it was so funny.
Did you bust into song? Isn't it ironic?
Don't you think?
And they're like,
It's like snow!
when you move to Missouri. Although we get a lot of snow. Berend Porter, what's your favorite state? Yeah, so Bear's picking the Gulf of Mexico because he called them a whale, but there's 2 dolphins. Bear, there's something I need to tell you, buddy.
Okay, what?
The Gulf of Mexico is not actually a state.
Oh, yay.
Parenting hack, if you want your kid to eat, pretend like you're eating your dinner. And put their dinner on their plate.
Yay.
Bear, why don't you come back and pick out an actual state rather than a body of water? My favorite is actually Wyoming because it has the geyser, Old Faithful, and a rainbow, and I just think it's really pretty.
It's yummy.
But Missouri's pretty cool. That's where we live, and it's got the arch.
Happy food dance. Happy food dance. Go Boo Bear. Go Boo Bear. That's a pretty sweet happy food dance.
All right, Bear, come over and pick out your state.
Has anyone seen Wee Wee?
Good.
The bird. Hey, buddy. That's not a state.
That's America.
That's America.
Hi. Hey, we don't have Louie anymore.
Where'd she go?
Right there.
Oh, there she is.
Hey Bear, what country do you live in?
South Carolina.
Ooh, That's the state you were born.
What country do you live in?
Missouri.
That's
Ooh.
the state that you live in.
Yeah.
What country?
United States of America.
That's
Great
right.
job, buddy.
And then what state do you live in?
United States of America.
That's the country.
That's very confusing.
The state we live in is
Missouri.
That's right. And who is the president of the United States of America?
Joe Biden.
That's right.
Funny story.
When is your birthday?
It was election day, and Rachel was teaching Berend Lyndle who the president was.
It was not election day. It was inauguration day.
That's what I meant.
Oh.
Inauguration day. And so we were teaching Berend Lyndle like who the president was. Obviously, President Biden. And people were like calling us out, saying that we didn't teach them who President Trump is, which is the absolute most ridiculous thing ever, because they definitely know who President Trump was when he was president. Oh, silly.
I know, they thought it was, they were calling it, like people called us out because they were like, we like watching your content because you're not political, and people were like, keep your politics to yourself. It's
Yeah.
like, this is not politics, it's a fact.
It's teaching your children who the president of the United States is.
It's kind of an important thing to know.
It's their dad's boss. Would you not teach your child who your dad's boss is? Or
I mean, it's just a fact. It's not political at all.
it's
We didn't
ridiculous.
mean it to be political. Family's in the middle of moving, and I am put the milk in the pantry level tired. Did you know the average trip to the grocery store takes 41 minutes? That's about 40 more minutes than I have. HelloFresh just puts all these ingredients on my doorstep, so I can skip the trip to the grocery store and I can make chef-curated meals. Believe it or not, HelloFresh's carbon footprint is 25% lower than that of meals made from store-bought groceries. If you don't believe me, ask the University of Michigan. The meal I'm making tonight is called miso chili chicken and lemongrass rice, and I think it might be the easiest, I didn't know that was in there, the easiest HelloFresh recipe I've made. So if you're looking for something really simple, see if you can get that one in your next box. And it's a calorie smart one. I love how flexible HelloFresh is. So if we're traveling, we can skip delivery days. You can also order larger box sizes that has more servings and even more savings that way. Going on this new adventure, living in a shop slash RV slash home office without even having a kitchen, I know their quick and easy meal options are going to be clutch, and we are going to be leaning on HelloFresh more than we ever have before. This is the best time. They still have the 12 free meal offer. If you didn't do it last month, I don't know if it's still going to be this good next month, but go to HelloFresh.com and use code Brad and Rach 12 to get 12 free meals, including free shipping. Thank you guys so much, as always, for supporting our family, and thank you to HelloFresh for being our longest standing sponsor and just allowing us to continue putting out free, happy, hopefully uplifting content on YouTube. We really appreciate you guys. Try HelloFresh out for yourself today. Oh yeah. This took less than 20 minutes to make. I have to know, are you more of a let's keep all of our foods separated on the plate kind of a person, or do you want to taste a little bit of each thing in each bite kind of a person? I mean, I literally drizzled all of my sauce on every single item of food. My mouth is watering. I am a little of each and every single bite. I like to create one perfect bite with all of the different flavors. But I know some people don't even want their food to touch. Which one are you?